Happy holidays and Merry Christmas. You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Oh, one moment. And enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming. To study me on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you in another Let's Play episode of The Echo, Flynn's Path. So yeah, before we jump into it, just wanted to let y'all know that our Patreon is out for as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel, get some awesome rewards like permanent access to our community Discord server and full access to upcoming not safe for work videos. And we all, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. Alright, back to the lynching, apparently. Carl visibly stiffens. Guess what killed him? Spiders. I step up, squinting at the paper. It's a notice of death, all right, for reference in an estate transfer. It's for James Hendricks, who passed away in 1913. The cause of death is listed as poison infection. Theraphisidae, tarantula. Tarantula. Chase shifts uncomfortably. Chase's ass got planted on some black widows. And what does Carl's old great whatever have to do with this? James Hendricks I was a notorious sodomite, like Chase. I sigh. What? You say he was looking at this the other day. He's working on a school project. Hell, that's why he's here. So he claimed. You sure about that? Auntie seems to pry at my own niggling doubt. I look back at the pathetic-looking otter. He looks to me. And then Daxton steps up. Hey, He stops just short of the body on the ground. Daxton straightens his posture, folding his hands behind his back. Mr. Duke, I think you're making a lot of really interesting headway into how we can solve all this. You know, much better than just hiding out in our houses like rampant chaos and the like. But, Salem, here. He uneasily gestures towards the corpse on the towel, the boar's hollow eye socket still staring at the stars above. Whatever got him, I think stopping/avoiding that should be priority number one. 'Cause, I've only known Chase about half a week, but he doesn't seem like the sort to be capable of all this. Kid, I've known Chase all my life, and I'd reckon something similar. But at the end of the day, Chase didn't do this. It's what Chase did that did this. This town needs justice. Hell, that little Sydney kid needs justice. I'm gonna save all y'all. And make it so she leaves me alone once and for all. Who leaves you alone? Duke doesn't respond, instead raising his pistol. I can't tell who he's aiming at. His paw is shaky. I need to do something. Jesus, fuck! Do nothing. Oh my god. I stand there, and I can see Jenna beside the van looking at me pleadingly. Auntie's peering at me now, a strange look on her face. This isn't right. I should do something. My head is killing me. Something's wrong. At the worst possible fucking time. I grit my teeth, concentrating on what's really happening. Duke says something I can't quite make out, and Daxton stammers back a retort. I've had visions of Chase too, but nothing that points toward that as a conclusion. Leo slides Chase behind him, the wolf's ears pinned to the side of his head. Daxton's doing something. Yep, I'm gonna save that right there. That seems to be a big point. One second, y'all. Alright, trust Daxton. Sid's dad flashes in my mind, the hole in his head, the look in his eyes. I keep my rifle clutched across my chest, pointed downward. Dax. Yeah? He's staring wide-eyed at the gun in Duke's grasp, his blue hands in the air. You gonna elaborate? Oh, yeah, hi. Dax does this sort of awkward wave before slowly lowering his hands. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, I don't think this is right. Perhaps we can perceive the guilt of others at times in these sort of waking visions. You mentioned you see her. I don't presume to be knowing who her is, but it also sounds like you've got some baggage too. You're testing me something fierce. Move, kid. Daxton flinches, and I gingerly take a few steps closer to the weasel. We, needn't put all that out in the open with details. I'm just saying, to assume that this is all caused by Chase here is perhaps overstating Chase's importance. Music sounds a little familiar. Yep, this sounds like the music from Ad Astra. And killing somebody, or even just letting them die, might just be fueling the madness at hand. In my dreams, the ones with Chase in them, nothing's pointing towards some deep otherworldly call that he needs to perish. Even you, Miss Mayor, you can see the logic in that. Auntie stands with her hands on her hips, lips pursed. And what counters madness? Logic. Daxton smiles uneasily. Shoot them both! Someone in the crowd yells. I step over and smack Duke's wrist, the gun falling to the gravel beneath. Next thing I know, Leo is sprinting across the gravel parking area. The wolf tackles the weasel to the ground, striking him in the jaw with a free fist. Mark and Auntie quickly try to pull him off, and I scamper down to grab Duke's pistol before Leo does. Let me go! Let me go! We're leaving, Leo, come on! Duke whinges on the ground, one of his snaggle teeth hanging from his lower lip. You doomed us, kid, and he's gonna get away with it! He stretches his mangy arm across the ground, pointing toward Chase. Auntie moves over beside me, resting her hand on my shoulder. Flynn, you can't make this decision for everyone. There's something wrong with you. I can't believe you entertained this fucking meth head's proposal. I used to think you were a good person, you know, but fuck that. Witch trials it is. Spit on the ground. Auntie lowers her hand and begins to fidget with her scarf, her gaze shifting downcast. I used to think us Moors were immune to all this sordid business. But I don't think you are. Not anymore. Be careful, Flynn. She turns, walking back toward Mark, who is busy rewrapping Salem's body and bringing him inside. It's rare to see her look so uneasy, trying to run a shit town like Echo. You get a thick skin for shit crumbling around you, but nothing like this. Daxton quickly helps Chase into the van, and the rest of the gang follows. No, water time. Alright. I basically have to drag him by the shirt to get him to come with, the wolf snarling and swearing in his native tongue the whole time. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Oh. The fuck was that? Can we see that again? I want to see that again. What the hell was that in the middle of the screen? Ooh, one of those things. Yeah, those things are fucking creepy. I stare into the rearview mirror, watching for any signs of taillights in our wake. Leo's driving, of course. Carl's feeling woozy after everything that happened. I wish I was sitting in the back with him, but unfortunately my legs are too long. That and Leo's van is clearly not designed for folks with thick tails, so I gotta sit with my cheeks straddling the edge to make room. He's sitting in between Jenna and TJ, with Daxton chasing the back. There's been some chatter about what happened, but what's bullshit and what's bullshit and not bullshit. TJ is the only person who's been quiet. The one thing is for certain, with everything that's happened, everyone seems pretty focused on getting out of town. Leo doesn't floor it like I expected him to, but we move down the bench of the mountain and through the town speedily enough. I see Jenna look out her own window intently, and I can only imagine it's to see if she can spot Jeremy, maybe even her mother. Dude, I don't feel good. Chase got bit by a black widow, and he's been complaining less than you, Carl. Speaking of, how are you holding up, Otter? Chase gives a half-hearted thumbs up, the mustelids' forehead resting against the side of the window. Carl, just puke on the floor if you have to. I don't think Leo's gonna stop. Carl leans over and puts his head between his knees, groaning. That gets TJ's attention. He starts rubbing the ram's back slowly. Good thing smoothies probably aren't too bad on the way out. TJ frowns. I turn the dial on the radio, but like the cell phone signal, I'm not getting anything. For now, I just turn up the AC and aim it up toward my face. My head's still throbbing up a storm. This feels like a dream, doesn't it? Leo speaks softly, too quiet for anyone behind us to hear. I wouldn't know. You put Chase in danger. Oh, God. I crossed my forearms over the dashboard and leaned my face into them. I also saved his ass. I keep my voice low. Out of the corner of my eye, I can see Carl perking up to listen. Doesn't excuse it. 7 years ago, I swore to Chase I'd fuck up anybody who pulled anything like what you just did. I'm not in the mood for this shit, Leo. You want to hit me? Sure, whatever keeps your alpha dog juices flowing. Leo goes quiet for a second, seemingly not having expected me to relent. You're gonna stay away from him, then? Gladly. Don't know if I believe you. Jesus fuck. I can see him begin to fidget with the mirror, squinting at it for a second. He pushes the cab light, and the interior of the van is quickly illuminated with this sort of too bright amber glow. Second, y'all. Water time. What is it, Leo? I push myself up. Leo's still staring at the mirror. Chase, you shaved again. Dax screams. What the fuck? I and the others quickly turn around to see what the commotion is about. For a split second, I think I see something fading into the seat cushions between Dax and Chase. It's this blackish-brown silhouette of a person. It reminds me of how when you stare at a light for a while and close your eyes, you can still see it for a moment. I blink and it's gone. You saw that too, right? What in the Sam Hill? Tell me you saw that! I don't know what I saw. Carl's rubbing his eyes. I didn't see anything? What happened? God damn, I can feel that thing! Dax looks at Chase, who's clearly kind of out of it at this point. You remember when I told you about how in the dream thing I could feel your fur? It was just like that. Really? Huh. Chase sounds nonplussed. The skin around his eye is a bit pale. It's unclear whether he saw what we did, the otter patting at the fabric of the spot where the silhouette was. It looked like you! Relax, guys, it's just Chase. He wouldn't hurt a fly. Chase, the real Chase, groans. Yeah, sure. His voice is still weird and high-pitched, but it kind of seems like I'm the only person who's noticing it. No, Leo, I'm talking about the fact that there were 2 friggin' Chases next to me. Chase, do you know what's happening? The otter grimaces some as he rolls his neck to look at me. It's the hysteria, man. It's like what the mayor and Duke said. People see stuff and go nuts. I'm just glad I'm not the only one seeing this stupid shit anymore. So you're telling me that this is some sort of collective psychosis, that you all are witnessing hallucinations of the same thing? Dude, I've been on acid before. You can at least tell that something weird's happening in your body when stuff starts popping up. All things considered, I'm like, okay, and still couldn't see whatever the hell that was. Carl shifts nervously in his seat, the ram looking uncomfortable with having his back turned to the now empty space. It's like shadow chase? I saw it in the rearview mirror first. Leah's still looking in said mirror. We're fucking fortunate we're on a straight shot road now. He visits a lot. Jenna furrows her brow at the wolf. Leo? She pauses, noting the vacant look at Leo's face. Do you want me to drive for a bit? That's funny. I'm serious. So am I. Well, let's try not to think about this for now. That's a bit of a tall order. Jenna shrugs uncomfortably. It's your choice. Can we just change the subject? A few minutes later, we're already passing the lake. Huh, so is it Sunday already? Sunday morning? That's what the clock says. What a fucking day! I don't say anything in response. We never got to ask Flynn's aunt about the thing. We could always go back and ask. What? No, I just... He's kidding, TJ. Oh. The Link stares at the space between his knees. Oh, excuse me. 1 second, y'all. It is, in fact, water time. Do you actually think she'd know anything about it, Flynn? I don't know. She and Mark knew enough about what happened with that body, though. Carl shivers and puts his head back down while TJ continues to rub his back. A few minutes of silence go by before Carl speaks up again. That feels kind of nice. It reminds me of my mom. Yeah, actually, my mom did it too. Thought it might help. Hey, I love you, just so you know. All you guys. I'm glad we're getting out of here. Fuck it, I'm going back to Pueblo. I raise a brow ridge at the ram. And I'm taking you with me. He points a thick finger toward me, leaning forward enough that it pokes me in the shoulder. I restrained a smile, instead letting out an idle grunt. Me? College? What a thought. The idea of being around guys my age, and Carl. I'm not even sure what the hell I'd major in. Definitely not fucking poli-sci. I squeeze my wrist, trying to refocus. I love you too, Carl, and everyone else. You too, Captain Daxton. Captain? Oh, I was promoted. Cool. Daxton seems distracted, watching Chase stare at his own fingertips. Yeah. Chase affirms his love for everyone with groggy monotone. Jenna glances back at them before turning her attention out her own window. He doesn't say anything from the front, his focus solely on the road ahead of him. Are we at the clinic yet? Still about 20 minutes out. I watch the desert whip by us, for the first time feeling somewhat safe as the town disappears behind us. But of course it doesn't last long. What's that? On the side of the road there! Oh boy, just in time, too. Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Anyway, before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silvermoon. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. And thank you to our gold tier patron, Amr. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to our ultimate tier anyway. If y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to our not safe for work content as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!